Hi everybody! I went out in my garden and picked this beautiful yellow rose. We have one yellow rose bush and we're trying to find some more just like it. We went to the nursery the other day and they're looking for some for us, and so I just cut one to go along with what we're going to be making today. I'm going to be making some butterscotch brownies. Y'all, this is a vintage recipe that my sister-in-law gave me, Wanda. She shared some cookbooks with me, and I have got to get those cookbooks back to her. I know she thinks I've run away with them, but I haven't. Wanda, I'm coming back with them, I promise. But thank you for sharing with me so that I can share with our Facebook followers. So this is a 5-ingredient recipe. It has brown sugar, has eggs. It's just going to be delicious. So let's get started and make these butterscotch brownies. To begin making our butterscotch brownies, we need to place 2 cups of light brown sugar in a mixing bowl. And I packed this sugar in my measuring cups. To that, I'm adding 2 eggs. I let the eggs sit out and come to room temperature, and as just a reminder, you can put your eggs in a little bit of warm water and bring them to room temperature in just a matter of 3 or 4 minutes. So we're just going to take our electric hand mixer and we're going to start mixing our sugar and our eggs. Remember, this is a simple, quick, and easy recipe. It only calls for 5 ingredients. Actually, you could make it with 4 if you want to leave your pecans or walnuts out. That could be optional. And you would have a 4-ingredient butterscotch brownie recipe that you could just whip up on the spur of the moment and serve your family or your guest, or take it to a gathering. And you have all of these ingredients most likely in your pantry. So we have our brown sugar and our eggs mixed together. Next, I'm going to add 1 stick of melted butter. 1 stick of melted butter. And I let my butter cool for just a little bit because I don't want to cook my egg whites. So I'm just going to mix the butter in with the sugar and with the eggs. Just mixing it around, getting it all blended together. I have measured I have sifted, excuse me, I almost messed it up, didn't I? I have sifted and measured 2 cups of self-rising flour. And now we're going to start adding that to our mixture. I like to use a small measuring cup to add my flour. That way it doesn't just all lump in there at one time. You could use a whisk to do this if you wanted to. It's just a little bit easier for me if I use my electric hand mixer. You know, I am all about simple, quick, and easy. So here we go. We're just making our butterscotch brownies, and I'm going to continue mixing this, and then we'll come back and we'll add our pecans. Our mixture is ready to add our pecans, and today I'm using 1 cup of chopped pecans. So I'm just going to give these a stir. I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and I have sprayed an 8x11 baking dish. I'm just using a Pyrex baking dish to make these. You could use a pan, a baking pan, if you have that. But I sprayed it with Pam, and then I took my little brush that I use a lot, and I just brushed it around evenly in the baking dish. So now we're ready to transfer our mixture into our baking pan or baking dish. So I'm just going to kind of evenly spread it out. I like to make sure that I get mine in the corners. So we're just spreading it out, placing it in the pan. We'll bake this for about 35 minutes, again on 350 degrees. I'm just getting it all out of this bowl. This bowl sometimes feels like it's bigger than I am. It's kind of hard to manage. Okay, let me grab something and so we can spread this out. Let's see. I'll just grab this little spatula right here. That'll work really well. So we're just going to spread this out. Now this is thick, so don't get alarmed that it's thick. Sometimes your brownie mixes won't be this thick, but this is starting out thick, and it's because of the brown sugar, and it's just the way that it starts out. But it's going to be so good. I'm predicting that. Sometimes we don't turn out our foods the way that we want them to, but you know what? I have confidence, and I believe this is going to be a good one. So we're just spreading it out evenly in the pan, and it is now ready to go in the oven. And when it gets done, I'll be back and we will cut our butterscotch brownies, let them cool, and then we'll sample them. Our butterscotch brownies are done. I baked them for about 37 minutes. Look at that. Ooh, yum. Can't wait to taste. They are beautifully baked. They are brown. So we're going to take them out, let them cool just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and cut them while they're warm and leave them in the baking dish to finish cooling. Our brownies are cool enough to cut, and I like to start in the center of my pan and just cut across like this, and then my brownies come out more even. So I'm just cutting the brownies, and it's also good to cut them when they're while they're still warm. They cut better. I could have cut these a few minutes earlier, but this is fine, just like it is. So I'm just cutting our brownies, and then I'm going to lift one out. And you know, I always tell you that lifting that first one out is really the telltale. Now this will make, let's see, this will make a dozen brownies, butterscotch brownies, and aren't they beautiful? I know they're going to be delicious too. So I'm just cutting them just like this. I can tell they're going to lift out easy. Tell me in the comments if you like the brownies in the center or if you like the ones on the outside. I kind of like the crust, the ones on the outside. So now we have them cut. And now I think I will lift one from the center. That always works best for me. Ooh, yum. Look at that. Look. I'm going to place it here on this little dish. And if you wanted to add some ice cream, you could certainly do that. So we'll taste it in just a second. Okay, y'all, that's how you make butterscotch brownies, or at least how you make butterscotch brownies with my recipe. I hope you'll try it. I'm just going to grab one right here. Look at that. It's so delicious. I've already tasted it, but I'm going to taste it again with you. Y'all, that's chewy. It's delicious. It's good. You will definitely want to make some of these. As always, thank you for joining me in my kitchen. I love you. I cannot do this without you. I would not do this without you. I will not do this without you. So share the recipe and I'll be back. I'll see you again really, really soon.